This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi called Columbus that's on the Tom Bigby River. And sometimes I write about the rest of the state. Tonight's episode is about Heritage Academy and is a continuation in a long-running series I've been doing on this school that's investigative. This one is titled The Powerschool Data Breach: What Students and Parents Need to Know. Welcome to this episode. As I continue on the expose, this episode could be titled Technology and Education: Everything Heritage Academy is Not Telling Parents About the Data Breach. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a major cybersecurity incident that affects millions of students across North America. Let's talk about the Powerschool data breach and how it impacts yours and your students' personal and private information. First of all, what is Powerschool? First, let's start with some background. Powerschool is a widely used education technology platform. It's the system many of you likely use to check your grades and your attendance and other school information about your student. Powerschool serves over 45 million students across 80 countries, so this breach is a big deal. So let's explore what happened. In late December 2023, Powerschool discovered they'd been the victim of a cyber attack. 2024. Powerschool discovered they had been the victim of a cyber attack, and hackers had gained unauthorized access to their systems, specifically their PowerSource support portal. They used stolen credentials to access the portal and then utilized an export data manager tool to steal the information. It's important to note that this wasn't a ransomware attack and it wasn't due to a flaw in PowerSchool's software. Instead, it was a case of stolen credentials being used to access sensitive information. Well, what information exactly was stolen? Now, here's where it gets concerning for students and parents. The stolen data primarily included contact details like names and addresses. However, for some school districts in North America, predominantly, more sensitive information was compromised. This potentially includes social security numbers and student photos, personal identifiable information like addresses, phone numbers, and email addresses of students and parents, personal medical records, and the grades of the students. The exact scope of the breach is still unclear. Powerschool serves thousands of schools, but they've only stated that a, quote, subset of their customers were affected. They haven't provided specific numbers, which has led to some frustration among schools. Powerschool's response. Well, what has it been to this breach? Well, here's some key points. They hired a cybersecurity firm to investigate the incident. They deactivated the compromised credentials and reset passwords. They've tightened their access controls. They're offering free credit monitoring for affected adults. They're providing identity protection services for affected minors. The owners of Powerschool did say, quote, "We paid the ransom and they promised not to use the information they stole." Yikes. Yeah, I believe that much like I believe in Santa Claus. Powerschool claims they've received assurances that the stolen data has been deleted. However, as is often said in cybersecurity, once data is out there, it's hard to be 100% certain it's gone for good. So, what should students or parents of students do? Well, if you're a student using Powerschool, here's some steps you should consider. One, stay informed. Don't count on there being any more information from Heritage about the breach. They only sent out the letter that was a form letter from Powerschool based on a template so that they could send it out to all parents. Two, be alert for any suspicious activity related to your personal information. Three, if you're concerned about identity theft, consider monitoring your credit report. Even as a high school student, it's not too early to start thinking about that behavior. Four, use strong, unique passwords for all your accounts, especially school-related ones. 5, enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Though time-consuming, this is a really stringent form of security. 6, be extra cautious about phishing attempts. Cyber criminals often use breaches like this to trick people into revealing even more information, especially personal information or financial information. The bigger picture? Well, this incident is part of a larger trend that's being seen in education. Cyber attacks on schools are becoming increasingly common. Between 2016 and 2023, there were over 1,600 cyber incidents targeting schools K through 12 in the US alone. As students, it's crucial to understand that your personal information is valuable, and unfortunately, it can and will be targeted by cyber criminals. This breach serves as a reminder of the importance of data security in a digital world. In conclusion, the Powerschool data breach is a significant incident in the world of educational technology. While it's concerning, it's also an opportunity for students to learn about cybersecurity and the importance of protecting personal information. This is a teachable moment. Unfortunately, I think Heritage has missed the boat on it, as usual. Remember, stay informed, be cautious, and don't hesitate to ask questions of the school and to Powerschool itself. If you're unsure about something related to your data privacy, you should be asking questions, especially of the school. The school administrators should be able to provide more specific information about how this breach might affect you. Unfortunately, at the moment, they seem to be not very interested in pursuing this any further and are not interested at all in keeping the parents and the students informed about how much of their data has been breached and what you can do about it. Like I said, these are some simple things you can do after having worked in the online industry for in education for over 20 years. These are critical moments in protecting our children and protecting their personal and private information. And how more important could it be to home educate your children about cyber criminals and phishing attempts and cybersecurity and cyber attacks and invasive breaches of their personal information than right now? This is a teachable moment. I'm Shannon Evans, and if I can answer any of your questions or help you with anything related to the incidences at Heritage, and I can point you to some good information, I hope I can. Please don't be a stranger. And until next time, I'm Shannon Evans and the Tom Bigby Tales. Good night.